Hey guys, it's Young-Minded Jess here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to set up an Unturned server. Before this video starts, there's just 4 quick things I want to talk about relating to this video and that was causing people confusion in the last one. So just instead of answering all those questions by comments, I'm just going to answer them here. To be able to have extra commands like kits and TPA, you will need to install Rocket Mod onto your server. I have a tutorial on that. It will be in the description, so you can just follow that. The second thing was, how do I get my friends to join? There's 2 methods to this. You can either port forward or use Hamachi. In my opinion, port forwarding is better, and I have a tutorial on that. It'll also be down in the description. Then the third thing was about how to get a dedicated server, like people were asking how to make it appear on the server page. And for that you will need a dedicated server, which will need to be hosted by a provider. I also have a video about this, it'll be in the description. So if any of those 3 things were confusing you on the last video, I recommend after watching this, you go and check out those videos and then you can set it up. There's also a playlist that has all the Unturned videos you need to set up a server in one place. So if you want to set up the full server at once, I recommend clicking on that playlist and that'll just show you all the videos. Then the last thing is, in the description below there is a pack for this video. It's not essential, but basically what the pack contains is readable instructions on how to set up the server. So if you get stuck on a bit in the video, you can just go and download the pack, and that will basically tell you step by step how to set up the server in a readable form. Then also another thing in the server is commands, so it'll basically give you all the useful commands in an easy place to access, so you don't need to Google it, you don't need to look it up, you don't need to comment, you can just look in the pack and it'll tell you all the commands you can use on your server. But anyway, I think I've taken up enough of your time now. So let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your desktop. Then you're going to want to go to Steam. Then you need to find the Unturned game. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can go to Games and then type in Unturned up here. Or you can just go to this panel and scroll around it till you find Unturned. This is in alphabetical order, so it normally will be somewhere towards the bottom. Then you want to right click on Unturned, click Properties, go to Local Files and then browse Local Files. This will then open this up. The reason you want to do this is you might have Unturned installed in a strange place. For example, I have mine installed in my D drive, and most tutorials tell you to go to your C drive, Steam things, but I've seen that a lot of people are actually struggling with this, so this is the best way to make sure you actually get the right place. Then you need to look for the unturned.exe. A lot of people were telling me that they didn't have unturned.exe, and the way to see if you do is just to go up here, hit View, and hit File Name Extensions. Then you will see this becomes unturned.exe. So basically this one here is the exe, it just doesn't say it all the time. So then what you want to do is right click on this and click Create Shortcut. Then we're going to right click on this again and rename it. We're going to call it Unturned Server. This will be what we click to launch our server, but we need to do a couple of things to it first. So you're going to want to right click on it again, hit Properties, and then come to the end of this line where it says Target, press space, then a dash, then type No Graphics, then space again, another dash, Batch Mode, then space again, then a plus, then type Secure Server, and then finally a slash, and then the name of the server. I'm just going to call it Young-Mind HS Server. You could call it anything you want. this is just the name, it doesn't really matter. And it's not actually the name of the server, it's just the name of the folder that you're creating. So no one will be able to see this name, that'll come later. So then you want to hit apply and hit OK. Then you want to launch Unturned server. What we're doing by launching this is basically creating all the folders that we will need to edit the server to our liking. Now this genuinely doesn't take very long because it's not really loading anything, it's just creating the folders. So it should take a couple of minutes at maximum depending on your PC speed. Also, don't worry if you do not see this green stuff, this is because of the Rocket add-on, so you won't see this yourself unless you have Rocket installed. Then we're going to go ahead and type shut down. This is the safe way to shut down the server. Never just press the X at the top, as it might not properly fix it. Then what we're going to do is scroll up, go to servers. The server we just created is called YoungMindHS server, but it will be called whatever you change it to. So we're going to click on that. Then we're going to go to server, and we're going to click on commands. I'm actually going to open this with Notepad++. You can do this in normal Notepad, but I recommend Notepad++ as it's nicer and it's better to format with. Then we're going to need to change a couple of things. We're going to need to put name, and then you choose the server name. Actually, I'm going to promote the command pack for this. So if you go into the Unturned server pack and you just unzip it, this will basically give you all the server. So as you can see, the server commands here. This will open up a PDF, and this basically has all the commands in here. So you can add pretty much any of the commands you like in here, and then that'll create the server. So definitely recommend downloading this pack and just giving it a look. This is not all the servers, but in my opinion, it's not all the server commands, sorry, but in my opinion it's the most important ones. But anyway, for the commands we need. Okay, so the first command we need is name. So I'm just going to call it YoungMindHS server again. This will be the name that people see when they join the server, so this is an important one. Then the next command is mode. This can be easy, normal, or hard. I'm personally just going to go with normal. Then we need max players. I recommend setting this to 8, but if you're planning on inviting a lot of people, you can bump this up. Then the last required one is map. I'm going to set this to default, which is, I can't actually remember the default map. I'm trying to remember now. PEI, that's it. I couldn't remember exactly. So I'm just going to type in PEI in there, and then this is all we need. Again, I recommend downloading the pack if you want more commands that you can put in here, and along with written instructions. So I'm just going to save that, and then that's our server ready to run. So we're going to go back to the server, go to Unturned, and then run the server. Remember, you will need to have the server running if you want to play on the server, so be sure to boot it up every time before you start playing. Now I'm just going to hop into game and show you that everything's working fine and how to connect. So now that Unturned is booted, you'll want to go to play, connect, and then you want to set the IP to localhost and the port to 27015. Then you want to hit connect, and you'll see the server will pop up now. As you can see, it says YoungMindHS server, it's got PEI enabled, and it's got all the other things like normal mode and secure enabled. So then we're going to hit join, and depending again on your computer speed and your internet connection, this can take, a pretty short time to a little while. It'll never be too long though, so you don't need to worry. And then you see we are in an Unturned game. It's a perfectly normal server and is completely running on your machine. So if you want your friends to be able to join this, you'll need to follow the port forwarding tutorial. That will be in the description. In my opinion, I recommend you follow the whole playlist, as it is really useful and you don't want to miss anything. If you want people from all over the world, so not just your friends, for the game to appear on the server page, you will need to get a dedicated server. You can get these from a provider. I also have a video on it and a sponsor link, so you can get a lot of money off on it. So if you want that, look in the description, and if you want to invite your friends, also look in the description, follow my port forwarding tutorial for that. If you want random players to be able to join, follow my dedicated server tutorial. If you want more mods to add to this, so for example like cheats, spawning in kits, teleport, then you will need to follow my rocket mod tutorial. That will also be in the description. Anyway guys, it's been a pleasure making this video for you guys. Thanks for all the support on my channel over the past months. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.